It's day 18 of the Seeing Jesus Challenge, and today we went back to the crowd and how they reacted to Jesus. You know, just 4 days ago, Jesus was coming into Jerusalem. The crowd was gathering to meet him, and they were celebrating his entrance, and they were rejoicing that he was among them, and they were crying out, "Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." They were even calling him the future king of Israel. And now, four days later, having been roused up and riled up by the Jewish leaders, they're in the early morning hours. They're standing outside the palace of Pilate, and they're hollering in those same voices, "Crucify him, crucify him." And they're making that statement, we don't want any other king but Caesar. And the truth is, that was a lie, but that's what they were being told to say, and so they were doing it. They were following the leadership that had been given to them by the religious leaders, and they were just going along with the crowd. And that's what I want us to think about for just a moment today, is that we never need to underestimate the power of peer pressure. I think a lot of times we think of peer pressure as a teenage thing, that it's something that our students face. And listen, there's certainly that reality. Our students are under a lot of pressure at school and other places to conform and to fit in and to go along. But the reality is that even adults are susceptible to peer pressure. We are affected by the people around us in a lot of ways. You know, if we hang out with people long enough, we'll begin to talk like them. We'll use the same phrases that they use in their conversation. We'll use it in our conversation. But think about it. We drive the cars we drive because of peer pressure. You know, I remember back in, many years ago, when all of a sudden the big thing was everybody had to have a minivan. And it seemed like everybody I know was turning around buying minivans. Everybody had to have one. And then we went from minivans to SUVs. Everybody had to have an SUV. And I guess, there'll be a new trend soon of a new car that everybody kind of has to have. And we do it because we want to fit in. We want to belong. So we're susceptible to peer pressure with our cars we drive. We're susceptible to peer pressure with the clothes we wear. We're susceptible to the places we go, like the places we go on vacations. Seems like now the big thing to do is to go on a cruise. And so lots and lots of people, lots of friends that I know are going on cruises because, well, that's what you're supposed to do. And we want to be like everybody else. And so we need to recognize that all of us can get caught up in peer pressure, and we can be swept along with the crowd. And here's what we need to understand. We can be used by peer pressure and go places that we don't need to go and do things that we don't need to do. Or as God's people, we can turn peer pressure around. And if we stand with each other and support each other and we become the crowd, then we can help each other, and we can get other people to go along with us. There's just something about God's people standing together instead of trying to stand alone that enables us to be strong. So today, what I want to encourage you to do is find some friends, find some folks who have the same values and the beliefs and the same desire to follow God, and stand with them and use your peer pressure to help people do what's right, rather than allow them to lead you down the roads you don't need to go. Have a great day.